earlier in the show, founding Ring 211 member Dr. Jack VanderWal passed away last August. Dr. Jack did a lot for the club. He was Ring 211 president 5 times. He earned more Ring 211 Excellence Awards than any other club member. He hosted many lectures in the basement of his home for many years, and at 22 performances, he performed more times than any other member at our Hocus Pocus Party stage show. Tonight, his grandson, Jesse Shira, is going to perform for you what he calls just a few of the greatest hits of Dr. Jack VanderWal. Enjoy.
Tonight we're going to have fun with a little magic. In order to do that, I will need many of you to come up and assist me. And there's no better place to start than with a couple of nice young ladies. Now, I did talk to a few before the show about coming up. I believe Julie and Josie. Would you two please join me up on the stage? Give them a big round of applause. Watch the chord. All right. Would you actually stand on my left and you on the right? I like to complicate things. All right. Hello. Julie, Josie, Julie. Do you two know each other?
We don't.
Well,
Hi.
you know each other now. All right. Get real close to me because the three of us are about to do something spectacular. All right. Julie, what I want you to do, take your clean hand and put it in front of the cage. Your clean hand. Oh, I'm just kidding. You were correct. The right hand goes in front of the cage. Yes, and now you can put the left hand behind the cage. Oh, watch my stomach. All right, now Josie, would you please place your right hand underneath the cage? You have nothing to fear. The bird is housebroken.
Okay.
All right, and place your left hand up on top. Fantastic. All right, the three of us, we are about to make the bird and the cage vanish together, simultaneously, and at the same time. You'll laugh, but you'll remember this as long as you live. That's if you live. You see, there is one dangerous part. You must never put your fingers through the bars of the cage. See my little finger down there? That used to be my big finger. All right, here we go. One, watch the birdie. Actually, Julie, would you mind taking one small step back for the people in the cheap seats? Perfect. All right, here we go. One, watch the birdie. Two. Wow, look at the diamond on that hand. What do you do when the batteries go dead?
It's my husband. He's got a good job.
Oh, did he get it at the county fair?
No.
Oh, I'm just joking. We're only joking. We're just having fun. All right. Well, you see, we never really know when this is going to happen. Because, well, you know, I actually remember the other night, a couple weeks ago, in my hometown, Byron Center, we were doing this, and I didn't see it, but the lady on the left had her fingers through the bars of the cage. Yes. Ooh. And see, none of us saw it. I didn't see it, the audience didn't see it, but the lady on the left had her fingers through the bars of the cage and was tickling the bird. Oh, the nerve. And instead of the bird in the cage vanishing, when? And how could you even hold on? Ladies and gentlemen, as you have seen throughout the show, magic can be used to entertain you, to amuse you, or perhaps even to fool you. There is another category of magic, one that is much more serious. That's mentalism, reading of the mind, ESP, things like that. It's very taxing on the brain, but quite intriguing. There is another category of magic, one that is not so well known. That's what I will be performing for you tonight. This is magic that is used to teach good and true object lessons. The category of magic, of course, I'm referring to is gospel magic, and it is usually done by a magic minister.
Woo!
What he will do, he will read a passage and then talk of it to its maximum potentiality, and perhaps even beyond, and then drive home the point with a magic trick. Sounds interesting, right? All right. We are going to do this. I know that, this is a rather secular-looking audience. I didn't say CD, I said secular. Overall, though, one would not typically do gospel magic for. However, because of its educational value, and, well, even with the time change, I'm not so sure how many of you will make it tomorrow morning. I believe it would be wise of us to spend just a few minutes studying the art. Allow me to set the scene. No music. No music. Hey, the jacket. It's right there. Yes. That's all right. Yes. Bring me the jacket. We're setting the stage. Here we go. Hardest working crew in show business we have tonight. for you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Christian, woo!
Good old Christian. And Bill, I believe there's one other thing over there. I'd like, would you please bring it to me? There should be a ring over there on that table.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Grab it to me. Bring it to me. Grab it to me. You know how the thing goes. I don't. Look on the chair or under the chair. It's somewhere. I surely know it. Here it is. He brings it back. One more time, guys.
Like 8 foot tall.
Just put it on. Put it on. Yes. Wrap it around. Good. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes, woo!
Now, you may see this as an ordinary sink stopper. I see it as a metaphor for going down the drain. Friends, we read today from the good book. Well, it's not the good book, but then it's not a bad book either. We will commence our reading with the 4th chapter of Mother Goose. Little Bo Peep. Little Bo Peep has lost her sheep and doesn't know where to find them. Leave them alone. They will come home, wagging their tails behind them. Now, friends, what do the words of this text here mean? Sure, first, we know that Little Bo Peep was not old, neither was she large, for it says explicitly in the text that she was little. Now, there is no mention of a father peep, nor a mother peep, so you must assume the dear parents have passed on, plunging Little Bo Peep into a state of orphanship. Too young to collect ABC, not old enough for social welfare. What do we know about Little Bo Peep? Well, we do know that she has some sheep. And because she has some sheep, we know that she was not from a busy metropolis such as Chicago. They don't allow sheep in Chicago. They don't allow sheep in here either. The Knights of Columbus Hall will not put up with any of it. So we have, but alas, a few pieces of cloth to depict the sheep. Now, we don't know how many sheep she had, nor how she acquired them. Maybe she inherited them. Perhaps some old man gave them to her. We don't really know. But we know that she had some sheep. We also know from the text she had one other possession. And as you may see in the picture inside the book, it is a staff. However, due to recently found errors in the Latin translation and new carvings on cave walls, we know it was not a staff, but rather, it was an umbrella. Perhaps the only thing the poor child had to protect herself from the inclement weather and the rain too. Now that we know the story of Little Bo Peep, we're going to study the life of Little Bo Peep. And we are going to study it in 3 points. First, the plight of Peep. Secondly, the proclamation for Peep. And thirdly, the promise for Peep. What do we know about this poor child? Here she is walking along the countryside, perhaps tired, cold, wet, hungry. She turns around, she's lost her sheep. They're gone. And she doesn't know where to find them. Ladies and gentlemen, if you were this little girl, you turn around, you lost your sheep, well, of course you wouldn't know where to find them. It's in the book. They're gone. Lost. Forever. Now, friends, the proclamation. We look at the text, the commandment, leave them alone. Friends, if you were this poor girl, if you were walking down the countryside, you turned around, you lost your sheep, and you didn't know where to find them, you'd have to leave them alone, wouldn't you? You would have to leave them alone. It's in the book. But now, friends, the promise. The promise, they will come home. They will come home. Friends, if your way is lost, if you don't know how you'll get through the Christmas season, maybe, well, you banged your car up, or it won't run. Maybe you lost your girlfriend. Who knows? Friends, remember that every cloud has a silver lining. They will come home. If you believe, say, amen.
Amen. Amen.
Amen, yes. And they will come home, but how will they come home? Sad, rejected, tired, and soiled? No! Happy! Wagging their tails. The poor things can't smile. Friends, maybe things aren't going so well. Maybe you lost your job. You don't know where the next penny is coming from. You run your credit card through the machine and it gets declined. We'll run it through again. Remember the silver lining. They will come home. They will come home. If you believe, say, I believe.
I believe.
Yes, and they will come home wagging their tails behind them. Did you think they'd wag their And you'll notice there is no ring around the collar. Thank you, Christian. Thank you very much. Oh, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been fortunate in securing the famous Indian snake plant. It blooms only once every 1,000 years, and tonight is that. Now, I will admit we did have some problems getting it to bloom. However, I do believe that I have found a good solution. I need the two most honest and trustworthy gentlemen in the house tonight. And after extensive background checks, polygraph examinations, and essays charting good character, I believe I have found two that should do. Let's see, we have one over here and one right here. Please come on up, sirs, to this thunderous round of applause. Hello. Jay, Jesse? What? Don, Jay, Jesse, Don, Jay, Jesse, John, Dan. Whatever. You know how it goes. All right. Now, boys, we have had problems getting the famous Indian snake plant to bloom. I did find a solution. This plant needs water. Now, it would be simple to have one of you run back to the kitchen and grab us some water, but this is an Indian snake plant. It doesn't work that way. Have either of you two been to India?
No.
No? Well, have either of you heard of the Hopan Indian rain ceremony? No, you haven't. Well, see, it's a ceremony, or an ancient ritual, perhaps, even, where the two most honest and trustworthy gentlemen, also known as the medicine men, would prance around the snake plant, praying for rain, releasing snakes to the rain gods. And well, since you two are the most honest and trustworthy gentlemen in the house tonight, we thought it would be great if you two would take the place of the Indian medicine men. Here, here. Now, let me tell you something about Indian medicine men. First, I have never seen a medicine man in long pants. Now, I would never have either of you do something I myself wouldn't do. So we must roll up our pant legs. We must roll them up all the way, as high as you can reach. Even if you can do it above the knee. Wow, you can. I can't. Fantastic. All right. Now, Don, I noticed that you have rather good vision, it seems. Because you don't have glasses like Jay and I. However, I think that glasses make people look a little more intellectually profound. So we do have some glasses for you. Gentlemen, you may step over here. Please, Don, please put these on, yes. And we also have some scars for you two to wear. Yes. Be careful. Oh, watch out, Don. I will be careful not to disturb that toupee. And Jay, now for you, your scarf. You are now a medicine man. Now, we do not have any actual snakes to be releasing to the rain gods tonight. We couldn't afford them. However, we do have the next best thing. Snake eggs. Yes. So you each get one. Oh. There we go. He's got it. He's got it. We have the snake eggs for this. I will be playing the Oriental oboe. And we will be playing to a tune known as In a Persian Market. I will lead us around. We need to keep our legs high, shake those eggs. Here we go. Whoa, stop, boys, stop. I see my friend Trino over there. He has a big old hook. He's ready to drag us all off stage if we go too much longer. So, we must change our tune. We must change it to perhaps the most toe-tappingest, head-boppingest, hopefully plant-growingest song ever pressed to vinyl. Hit it, maestro. I'll direct the traffic if you guys go around. Go back to your seats and enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Friends, we've had a lot of fun tonight, and I'm sure in 1,000 years we'll do it all over again. Thank you.